Bryce with the OH Report, and we are coming to you live from the Eagles Nest here in Sunbury, Ohio at Big Walnut High School. We're watching some girls basketball action tonight. The Big Walnut girls taking on the Canal Winchester girls, both teams vying for the top spot in the OCC. We've got Kyle Lewis on color commentary. Join us live for the pregame show presented by the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation. Coming up next.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skoronsky, and let's make you a part of the game.
Bryce with the OH Report, and we are coming to you live from the Eagles Nest here in Sunbury, Ohio, and we are covering girls action. I've got Kyle Lewis with me on color commentary tonight. Kyle, how you doing?
Doing great. Can't wait to see this matchup. OCC Giants going at each other. It's really, really, really exciting game if you consider what's at stake in terms of the conference, the postseason ramifications that'll come for this, and these two getting another crack at each other.
And speaking of this conference, I mean, it's by far one of the most competitive ones in the central Ohio region, let alone, I mean, the state of Ohio, right? Very competitive, vying for this top spot. And both of these teams, very successful. Big Walnut, their only loss this season in the Ohio Capital Conference to Canal Winchester. So really, like you said, a lot on the line.
Right, and, Big Walnut started off a little bumpy this season. Starting off at 1-2, and boy, they've been on a absolute tear since then, winning 11 straight games going into this. They've got all the momentum, but they're going against the team that gave them their first L. But that was, to be fair, all the way back in 2023.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the away team pregame show presented by the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation, coached by John Hedgepeth. The last 5 games, they've been cruising along very nicely. A win versus Westerville North decisively, another one over Pickerington North, and then an away victory at Bloom Carroll. Losing 1 game to Westerville South, but picked up another one against Hayes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the player spotlight. It's none other than Michaela Dean-Dunn. The 5'5" guard has been phenomenal, been playing AAU all around the state of Ohio region. Against Franklin Heights, she had 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals, so active hands to her credit.
Very quick, very good getting to the basket, very good getting her teammates involved. It's everything you could want from a high school point guard.
Now let's take a look at the keys to victory for Canal Winchester. Coming up against a size advantage, they're going to have to control the glass as much as possible. I mean, they're going to have to battle inside. They don't have too many people around that 6-foot range, as opposed to Big Walnut, where they do. They have several.
Right, they're going to need some clutch shooting. They're going to need some key rebounds at times. They're going to need some strong defense in trying to keep the ball out of the paint and more around the perimeter, make Big Walnut really earn it with jump shots today.
Absolutely, and of course establishing that hefty pace. If you can set the pace of the ball game, and especially with a running team, you can be really successful just forcing teams out of their rhythm.
Right, that causes all kinds of frustration, and frustration is really the enemy of everything you want to do in a basketball game like this. You guys, it's hard to keep your composure. It's hard to get things done. It's hard to get back into that mindset of winning the basketball game.
Absolutely true. Now let's take a look at the home team, the Big Walnut Golden Eagles. This season, they're 12-2, 6-1 in the OCC, coached by the legendary Carrie Largent. Taking a look at their starting 5, Lexi Federer, Remy Largent, Denza Allen, Teagan Ing, and Maddy Stumpf. And you can see just by their contribution that everybody plays a role on this basketball team.
Exactly. You don't see any stats there that really jump out and get you. There's no, 20 points a game. There's no 15 boards a game. It's everybody contributing, everybody chipping in, and that makes it really, really difficult to stop.
Let's take a look at the home player spotlight. And, of course, that's Remy Largent, the freshman shooting guard, 5'10" this season. As a freshman, she has a 13.5 point per game average, 4 rebounds and 3 steals per game. So the contribution from a freshman, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Right, and, no stranger to seeing somebody in that family light it up for this team, and she's wasting no time getting in there as a freshman on the starting lineup.
Now let's take a look at the keys to victory for the Big Walnut Golden Eagles. Of course, it's smart open shots always, right? If you can extend the floor, a lot of times catching guys out of position on the defensive end, and also using that size advantage to your advantage, right? Trying to box them out as much as possible and using the physicality.
Exactly. Only a handful of games this year have they been kept around the 30, 40-point mark, even getting up to the century mark against Franklin Heights earlier this season. If they've got open shots, they can bury them.
Now we will join in with the national anthem. National anthem courtesy of the Big Walnut High School pep band. Got a big bunch over there. Great news for the band program.
Yeah, they. I would normally say they travel well, but this is their arena.
Home turf.
Yeah, they showed up for today. This is great.
Definitely, and we've seen them at several of the boys' games, but tonight we're covering girls. We got the call about this the other day, and I'm very excited about the opportunity.
Absolutely. A big thank you to the Big Walnut Athletic Department for inviting us to come today. And, if we get a chance to see a high-quality game of this stature, we're going to be there, and that we're going to show up with, our best crew, which I feel like we've got some key members here with Colin Crisp running camera for us.
Absolutely, and we love when these relationships are mutually beneficial. The athletic secretary just came over and thanked us for being here when we feel like we're honored to be here.
Without a doubt. And, these basketball games are so much fun to watch. These girls absolutely get after it. If you've ever played basketball against competitive girls, the best thing I can tell you is bring a mouthpiece, because they are going to beat the you-know-what out of you the entire time. I've sadly learned that lesson the hard way, but these guys get out there, they get after it, and they really command respect.
And, we were watching a little bit of the JV game, and they were getting after it. A little physicality there, right? Of course, all clean, all good sports. But, it was something that I hadn't seen in some of the boys' games.
No, for sure. There's a lot of these guys playing with a chip on their shoulder, and it gets even better with a conference game. And we've seen a lot of conference wins for Canal Winchester, and especially with Coach Hedgepeth coming in this year, no stranger to winning big games. First year coming over from Pickerington Central in Fairfield County, and he led them to the 2018 state championships, and also was the state runner-up in 2017. So really no stranger to these big moments, as we know Carrie Largent and her girls are.
And, it has to affect how you prepare for a game. The fact that you've been there, you know what these nerves are going on, these girls are like, and you can kind of address to it, talk to it in practice even, work out some of those, mental health breathing exercises that are taking over the sports world, it seems like. But, yeah, it seems like, they seem comfortable in this position.
Absolutely. And speaking just from an observer's standpoint, when you've got one coach showing up wearing a pair of Air Jordan 1s and the other coach showing up in a pair of Air Jordan 11s, it's going to be cool. These guys are dialed in. Crowd is ready for them. Really looking forward to a great game of basketball tonight.
Now getting a look at the Big Walnut starting lineup. Largent and Ing on the floor. Federer, the point guard. Denza Allen, the 6'1 junior, 12.2 points per game, a block and a half per game. Ferocious. Maddy Stumpf.
Maddy Stumpf keeping it BW as she's committed to play basketball next year for Baldwin Wallace University.
I saw that. What an opportunity. We're getting ready to get underway. The energy in the air. Tip off, and Canal Winchester wins the tip. Pass right inside. Beautiful look. Foul right off the bat, though.
And there's that pace right away. Ball hitting the ground maybe one or two times before they're getting a shot up. And they're already at the line.
Foul called on Denza Allen. Going to the line is London Johnson, who can't get the first one to go, but she'll have a second opportunity here. Can get the second one to go, so they take a early 1-0 lead. Full court press is on, so talk about establishing that hefty pace. Big Walnut working to get the ball across court, but a foul is called